Oh, hey, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Do you have your pre-workout? I totally forgot mine.
I don't always use it, but let me check. Shoes, hydroxycut, glutamine, hair straightener, my minerals, my collagen, I need that, my aminos, rice cakes, got my greens, more aminos, crossball, protein powder, post-workout carbs. Oh, there it is, pre-workout. You want some gum?
A new beginning is happening again. We're living it up while we're living in sin.
Hey, everybody. I'm Dizzy.
And I'm Lindsay.
And we're Mostly Fit, finding the balance between workouts
and weekends. We are here today at Doc's Nutrition in Fishkill, and we are going to talk to you about supplements.
Yes, supplements. It might be something you're thinking about if you're a beginner or if you're trying to get to the next level in fitness or just break a plateau. We're going to talk about what you can benefit from right off the bat, what you need a little bit more education on, and things that you need to be way more advanced before you even think about.
So Dizzy, since you are the expert, say I'm just starting off, I'm a beginner, what is the very first thing I'm going to need?
Well, as a beginner, we want to fill in all the gaps in your nutrition first of all. So there are a few things that you're going to benefit from no matter what level you're at too. First one is a multivitamin supplement.
Okay. For women?
I got it specifically for women, for you.
Okay.
For you.
But if you're a man,
And
should
for
you
you.
take it?
Probably get the men's formula.
That makes sense. Okay.
Because there's a few things that men need more than women, and yada yada yada, and women the same. But what we have here, we're filling in the gaps with the vitamins that might be lacking in your normal nutrition. Like, especially if you're jumping into the chicken and rice lifestyle, there's some things missing. So this will help you. It's kind of like an insurance policy.
All right.
And then something that people don't think about very much is the mineral portion of that, the other part of your micronutrients, the minerals. Now, if it's something I personally recommend a lot, minerals.
Let me see this. Balanced minerals, bone and cardio health.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you fill in the gaps in your minerals, like the you're gonna have a calcium supplement on its own, and magnesium help you relax and sleep, and there's all kinds of other minerals. We don't need to get too scientific, but
Okay.
it'll also help you not get sick, especially during these winter months.
Yes, flu season.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And I don't get my flu shot.
We have a great supplement here at Doc's. There is no paid promotion here, but they do have really great things, and we're supporting local business.
This is going to cover all of your bases. It's called Green Vibrance, and it's one of the most complete greens out there. It has 25 billion probiotics with 8 different strands, and it is plant-based digestive enzyme, and it's juice, so it brings out the concentrate. And it's just going to help with nutrition, digestion, circulation, and immunity.
Another thing you could benefit from right off the bat, especially if you are in the slightly more advanced ages, you're not a teenager is what I'm trying to say to you, is a heart supplement like CoQ10, which will help the heart perform more efficiently. That's the best way to explain it. Okay. It's an enzyme that makes the heart function better. And
Perfect.
then also, if you are a cardio aficionado,
Cardio queen.
there we go. We'll use that term. And or if you like high impact exercises, a joint performance supplement will help you out a great deal. It'll help to lubricate the joints and make sure that everything is repairing the way that it should.
Now, do I need that for all my running that I do?
Running, I'm glad you said that, because Lindsay just completed the New York City Marathon.
I try to talk about it every chance I get.
If you're training for a marathon, this is a very, very important type of supplement because there's a lot of pounding on the joints. Just think, if you are doing things that are extremely high rep, or you're a little on the older side and your joints have they've been around a while, it's a great supplement to have.
Now, once you get your nutrition in order, there are other supplements that you can progress to.
And when you're doing this progression, you want to think that you want to get to the next level. Now, a lot of these are heavily marketed. And that's just to be blunt about it. There's a lot of things that you're now starting to find in the grocery store that you might not need at the very beginning of your fitness journey. One of those things is a pre-workout supplement. You might have seen a brand like this. That's not disparaging the brand of C4, but I would say the best use for a pre-workout supplement would be if you have a day that you need to get the workout in,
Yeah.
but you're just not feeling it.
I would use that a lot when I was running.
Oh, I thought you meant you would use it.
No, when I was running and it was like in the middle of the afternoon and it was raining and I didn't want to run.
Yeah, but I would not rely on it every day. That's why it's in this maybe category that we have here. You might see EAAs, or essential amino acids. The difference between those and branched chain amino acids, branched chain amino acids are 3 amino acids bonded together and they free form in the blood. EAAs are all of the amino acids that your body doesn't produce on its own. You could benefit from those by getting either a supplement or just eating more protein in your diet, and that will help your muscles to recover in a more efficient way. Another couple of supplements that you see paired together a lot are creatine and glutamine. They are not essential when you're starting out, but you can benefit from them once your training is a little bit more advanced and you need to fuel your body a little bit more to be stronger. In the case of creatine, which is the amino acid or amino acid grouping.
So
I'm not the
creatine comes
smartest
in
person
my
in the world.
Bang.
No, it doesn't.
It says super creatine on Bang.
Look at your dosing on that, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm not
If you-
drinking creatine?
If you want creatine, get a good supplement because you're not getting enough from Bang. Because I'm glad we brought that up. I love Bang Energy, by the way. Not disparaging Bang Energy, but because you're adding caffeine
Yeah.
and creatine together, even the small dosage that they put in there,
Yeah.
it's being pushed right back out.
Oh.
So you're dehydrating yourself. You're at a net zero. Something to think about.
Well.
And
Okay then.
the glutamine. The glutamine is the most abundantly used amino acid in the human body. It's even used for treating burn patients.
I used that a lot when I was recovering from my ACL.
Precisely. I would say that would probably have contributed to your faster healing because you healed pretty fast from that.
Well, I'm also like
Yeah, I know
kind of
you're
a
superhuman.
But what about my protein?
I'm glad you asked. You might have noticed that we haven't mentioned a protein supplement at all. And there's a good reason for that. Because I don't want you to think about that as the first thing when you are picking supplements. You need to make sure that your nutritional protein from whole foods is on point first. I don't want you to have to rely on it like, oh, I didn't have blah for breakfast, but I had a shake. I don't want that to be on your brain. But there are some great brands. There will be a time where you need more protein, and it might be either harder to get in whole meals, or it might be just difficult to get the amount that you need because I'm tired of chewing.
Yeah, sometimes the protein grams that you need just seem like so much for some people.
Yeah, and
So-
to be honest, whey protein, for instance, is it is cheaper per serving than just about anything: chicken, fish, steak, all the above. It's only like $1 and change per serving.
So how do you choose between a whey protein or a vegan protein?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I personally don't stomach dairy very well, so I lean towards a plant-based protein. We have a very popular one here, Garden of Life. You can find that right here.
And now
at
is that a
Doc's
pea
and Fish Guild.
protein?
Most of them are. Let's see. Is that organic pea protein? Yeah. But
Perfect.
they also throw in rice protein, amaranth sprout, and buckwheat sprout. It's a whole plant-based protein source. Lots of plants equals a greater amino profile. But whey protein is very common, and it ain't going to hurt you unless dairy hurts you. Just look for a good source, and don't shop at the grocery store.
No, shop at Doc's.
And another thing that you might have seen is fish oils.
But I eat fish.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
You
Do I
might
need it still?
You might not need a fish oil.
Okay.
But the reason that fish oils and omega-3 oils exist in the first place is because the standard American diet is way too heavy in omega-6 and omega-9. I won't bore you with all the science behind that, but it's got to do with food processing, and we eat a lot of processed foods as Americans. So this is a good way to fill that gap in if that is still part of how your world works. And by having a better omega balance, your heart pumps better, blood flows better, and just overall healthier heart.
Does it taste fishy?
Only if you get the bad stuff.
Good to know. But before I get started, should I do a cleanse?
Don't even think about it. And here's why. Most people use these cleanses because they've spent a month, a week, a year, 2 years, a lifetime eating junk food, and they want to start fresh. Now, the only thing this cleanse is going to do, it will help you to remove things from the digestive tract. And
Daily bowel regularity.
that's exactly what it says, and I didn't even read that box. Now, it will help you with that. I will say that on top of everything. And if you are having trouble with your daily bowel regularity, then by all means, pick one up, try it out.
But
However,
don't leave your house.
I would not recommend this for regular usage, and I wouldn't even recommend it for the usage that people think they're using it for. The best way to cleanse is to cleanse up your diet, first of all. We're going into the advanced stages of things that I would say not to waste your money on until you know everything else is in place and you have finally said, I need that extra level. That's what we're gonna classify this as extra level.
Level up.
So, is that a classic Gold's Gym and Fish Kill?
It is a classic old Gym and Fish Kill. Come check it out.
So we start that with cleansing because way later in your dietary fitness journey is the only time I would recommend a cleanse. Otherwise, just get your diet right.
Get
First
it right.
and foremost. Now we're on to some more advanced supplements here. One of the common ones that's going to pop up is a fat burner. Here we have a very common fat burner. You might have seen it at the grocery store.
Hydroxycut. Isn't that what the Kardashians use?
Oh, it is. But they also use surgeons too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't have opinions on brands of fat burners. I have opinions on how fat burners work in general. Once upon a time, we had some ingredients in your fat burner supplements that worked very well, and people abused them. Therefore, those ingredients are no longer legal to use as fat burners. Now we have fat burners that have a lot of smaller ingredients that used to be in those too, but now they're prime ingredients, and they work together to provide a fat burning effect. However, they are not magic pills.
Okay, I think a lot of people think they're magic pills, that you're just going to take them and you're going to lose all your fat.
Precisely. I have proven that you can gain weight on fat burners.
I believe it.
Because if your diet is not in check, that stuff ain't going to work. And for most people, they don't need it. The people I recommend fat burners to are if you are at such a level of leanness, say you're in a bodybuilding competition stage and you want to be all natural. Then you can get to that next level by adding like that 3 to 5% change from what a fat burner can provide.
Okay.
That's how I would use a fat burner.
As you may already know, I ran a marathon, so something that I would have benefited from is a carb supplement. This particular one is called Vitargo, and basically it's just fast acting, so you're going to use all of those carbs right away. It was really difficult for me during my training to get all the carbs in because I wasn't used to eating that much. While I was training for the marathon and during the marathon, I was definitely using those goos and gels to replenish. But this is something that I probably would use in replace of that moving forward.
The reason we bring up the carb supplement is because you might have read or might have seen videos on YouTube about replenishing your carbohydrates after a workout. we bring up the carb supplement because this should be used at those more advanced stages and isn't quite as necessary if you're doing 3 reps of 10 squats. You'll be fine.
True story.
And talking about repairing after a workout, we have another common one that is very, very prevalent among young lifters. They want to put on a bunch of mass fast, so they might be looking into a mass gainer. Well, first of all, once again, we've said it 5 times in the video probably. I'm going to say it again. Get your diet in check first and foremost, because this could go wrong. It can benefit you, especially if you are, say, a power lifter or a very, very high volume bodybuilder. This could benefit you because it has a lot of carbs. How many grams of carbohydrates are in this one?
50.
It's got 50 grams in one serving, and to only 25 grams of protein. Now that does have applications. It does. For maybe your standard beginner lifter though, not so much. I would keep the carbs and protein a little bit more balanced, especially if you're trying to burn fat while building muscle. We want to keep the carbohydrates a little bit more balanced, not quite as high as they would be if you're working your muscles to fatigue very regularly, I should say.
Collagen!
The reason we saved collagen for last is because people like Lindsay, who care about her hair,
Does it look longer?
really, really love collagen. And collagen has its benefits. It does. But the reason I'm putting it way over here is because it's very difficult to digest. It is not for everybody, but it can help with hair, skin, and nails, as well as joint reparation and performance.
Yes.
But it's not for everybody. So if you're going to look into a collagen supplement, start with a low dose. Assess your tolerance. Tolerance. What are words?
Tolerance.
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 And find out if you can indeed digest it before making that big investment. So I hope we've been able to help you educate yourself a little bit more on supplements, especially if you're beginning a fitness journey of your own, and what to take at the beginning, what to take once you're more advanced, and what you might want to think a little bit longer and harder on taking later on.
Yes. If you found what we gave you useful, please go down below and comment docs, and make sure to come and visit the store if you have any extra questions.
It's Doc's in Fishkill, New York, right down the road from Gold's Gym, where you could find us. And don't forget to subscribe if you dig what you're seeing here. New video every Friday, new podcast every Monday. And until next time, we'll see you next time.
Bye. Some almonds. I have some coupons.
I think that would be
Reason
best.
number 1.
The Kardashians did it, don't. You should do your cheesy acting with it.
Isn't all my acting cheesy? Also butt implant.